Hmm. You guys have already seen videos about me and what I'm all about. You guys have already seen videos of me introducing myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Danny P. And you've certainly seen videos of me doing really stupid things. Mainly because I can't see. But how did this all come about? How did I get into content creation? Well, let's take a trip down memory lane. Well, I guess we can start by saying I started streaming back in 2016 when I was on YouTube. But even then, if you want to get to know why I wanted to do content creation, we have to go all the way back to when I was in high school. See, when I was wrestling in high school, I dislocated my right arm and I was out for the rest of the season, about halfway through. And so one day after school, I couldn't work out. I couldn't practice. I couldn't do anything with the team. So I decided to go ahead and wander the halls of my high school, and I came across a radio and television room. I peeked my head in there, and after that, it was love at first sight. I fell in love with broadcasting, and I fell in love with creating entertainment. But even after high school, I went to college for broadcasting. I graduated from Columbia College in Chicago back in 2013 with a Bachelor's of Arts in radio broadcasting. And I thought I was going to be the next great on-air DJ or on-air sports announcer or, take your pick, your next talking head. That's what I wanted to be. I ended up finding a job over at Stadium, which is a sports network that was starting up, and they weren't necessarily called Stadium back then. They were called 120 Sports. So I decided to go ahead and go into production, and that's where I found a love for producing and video editing and doing all that fun stuff. And it really is a lot of fun. It really does satisfy my urge to, create content. Creating content is not just playing video games online. Creating content could be a myriad of different things. It could be video editing. It could be podcasting. It could be sportscasting. It could be doing whatever you put your mind to. As far as my journey on the internet, well, yeah, it goes back about 9 years now. Back in 2016, I either sprained or broke my left ankle, and I was left on the couch doing absolutely nothing, so I decided to buy a PlayStation 4 and a little game called Overwatch. Yeah, it was over after that. As far as my streaming on Twitch goes, it started back in 2018, April 18th, 2018 to be exact. And I thought it would be a fun little thing to get myself out there and make sure that, I was just trying to have fun. I was just trying to have fun, play some games, and meet some new people. Things for my channel really started taking off around the pandemic, around 2020. Before the pandemic hit, I was Uber driving and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I had just gotten laid off from my job. My sister, unfortunately, had just passed away. And I was really trying to figure out what to do. And it all came back to Twitch streaming. It all came back to video games and doing what I do best, and that's putting on a show. So what I decided to do was call upon my friends who were still working at the network, and they put together a couple of graphic packages for me and overlays and all these fun things. And in the long run, yeah, I gotta thank those guys from the bottom of my heart, because without that initial crew, I don't know where I'd be right now, on a literal and figurative level. You know, during the pandemic, I ended up moving back from Illinois to Michigan and ended up being with my family, which was a good call because we all needed to be with each other at that time. But with that came no streams for a long time, and I didn't know where I would be. I didn't know what the channel was going to become, and I didn't know what direction we were going to go in. But the channel stayed alive. The channel stayed, and we ended up doing a little rebranding as far as the logo goes, and doing some fun stuff with that. I ended up meeting somebody that would end up becoming my wife, and she's been nothing but supportive of my streaming venture and everything that goes into it. And bless Allison's heart, she's put up with so much stuff. You know, honestly, yeah, life has kind of kicked me from time to time and kept me down, but streams keep lifting me up, and it's because of these streams that I keep going every single day. Man, I never really thought about it like that before. Huh. But yeah, streams keep me going every day, and I have all of you to thank for that. So, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean everything to me. So thank you for everything over the last 9 years.